Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. In today's video, I want to talk about a couple predictions that I have for Attack on Titan. Of course, none of this could happen. Some of it could happen, or I doubt all of it's ever going to happen. But this is just a couple things that I thought of because of what we've seen in the past couple chapters. And yeah, let's just get into them. So, of course, like I said, it is kind of hard to tell what could happen because with each chapter... Why does this happen in every video? Each chapter? What is a chapter? With each chapter of Attack on Titan, it seems like we get a whole new bundle of issues. With the last couple chapters, we know we've had a major character death with Sasha, which was really unanticipated and really sad. And I'll get into what that could affect later, but I just think that was a really dramatic thing. And like I said, with every chapter, there's just a brand new bundle of issues. But I know from what we saw from last chapter, we're going to see a drift between Eren, Mikasa, and Armin. They're all going on their separate paths now. Eren seems really edgy and like distant now, which is kind of strange for us to see. I know there was a huge gap between where we left off and then where they are now. It was like a couple years and Eren looks completely different. They all look completely different, so it was a long time and a lot can happen in that time. But it seems to have almost disconnected me from Eren because now he's completely different. A bunch of different things are happening. He's going off on his own, making his own decisions, which isn't terrible. It's not a bad thing. It's just distant me, the reader, from Eren. I don't seem to know him anymore. I don't seem to be as familiar with him as I once was, if that makes any sense. Mikasa is trying to be the character to kind of keep the three of them together, I feel like, because now Armin has the power of the Colossal Titan and Eren's doing his own thing, like I said, and Mikasa's kind of stuck in between, like, what do I do? I don't know if she's as I don't want to say she wasn't obsessed with Eren, she never was, just was like that in the anime. I don't know if she's as protective as Eren as she once was because Eren's showing so much more, it's not maturity, it's like mindfulness maybe. He knows what he wants to do and he's gonna do it whether she says so or not. It's not anymore that she has control of him, and I feel like that's a really big problem for her. She can't control what he does anymore and he's so erratic that he's just doing things like crazy and she can't keep up with it. And Armin has the power of the Colossal Titan, which is a huge thing for him, and I feel like it's going to have a lot of complications with him. There's going to be a lot of moral issues with him, like what he's doing, and I feel like it could either break him or we're going to see a huge character change with him as well, like we saw with Eren, and he's going to completely just kind of go cold to everything that he is doing. I'm not too sure because we've gotten so accustomed to seeing Armin as the logical one and the one that thinks about what he's doing and his actions, and it's paid off a lot of the time, but that's when he was human, you know? And now we're seeing a completely different side with him, and we don't really know where it's going to go. For sure, I am hoping, and I'm pretty sure it's going to happen, is Annie's return. It's been long enough to where I think that he can bring back Annie, and I mean the author can bring back Annie. Enough time has gone by to where it's really dramatic what she did, and it's almost overly dramatic now. They kind of need her now, and with the spin-off mangas that have come out about Attack on Titan, we know a lot more about Annie and what she's been through and her background, so I don't necessarily think that she's a bad character. If anything, she was one of the more emotional attacking titans on the walls. She was much more affected by what she was doing. In the beginning, we thought that she was just cold and cold-hearted, but in reality, in her head, she really was not okay with what she was doing. So I don't think if she comes out of the crystal that they're gonna kill her. And if they do, I mean, they do, but I don't think that's going to be the first thing that they do, and I think enough time has gone by. And we did see Armin with her, sitting in front of her, and I think she's going to come back. I don't think it's going to be in the next chapter or two, but maybe 3, 4 chapters in the future. I'm hoping sooner, but I mean, at any point she can come back now. With Sasha's death, as I mentioned earlier, I feel like a lot of characters are going to be more high-strung than they were. Like Jean, Connie, Mikasa. I saw a post the other day where we were wondering who Mikasa's best friend was, and we assumed it was Eren, but then we kind of looked back at all of the instances that she was with Sasha from the beginning till now, and we kind of figured that if anybody was her best friend, it was Sasha. Eren has a different connection with her, but like friend-wise it was Sasha, and I feel like it's gonna affect her greatly. We have seen Levi show his true Ackerman powers and stuff. Like Mikasa, we haven't necessarily seen her go like full batshit crazy. So we'll have to see what she can do after this. I know it's gonna affect Jean and Connie a lot. I don't know if they're gonna be more like erratic than they were before, kind of making poor judgments with what they've thought. I know Jean said in the last couple chapters that he's tired of all the death, he just wants it to stop. But from Connie's perspective, which I thought Connie and Sasha had the much stronger connection, even though it was kind of between the three. I think Connie and her had the much stronger connection, and I don't know how it's going to necessarily affect him. If anything, I thought that he even liked Sasha, liked emotionally Sasha, and I was hoping that they would like eventually get together through all of the heartache and stuff, but it seems that fate had a different idea for Sasha. And definitely I think with the next coming chapters we're gonna see separate nations come into the picture, not just the Eldians and the Marlians. We're gonna see a lot of other people come in, and honestly I think they're gonna start choosing sides, and it's gonna be a huge war, which is completely different than I thought Attack on Titan was gonna go. It's different. I'm glad that the manga's going in a different direction, not just always the same, them fighting titans, but it is different. It's something to get used to. Let me know in the comment section what you think about it, because it is very different. I'm not too sure what to think. I like it, but then I don't like it because it's not necessarily what I start off liking, if that makes any sense. It's getting a lot darker than I thought it could be. I thought it was dark to begin with. But those are just a couple small predictions that I've thought of for Attack on Titan. It is kind of hard because there's only one chapter a month, so it's kind of hard to think about what's going to happen next, because a lot can be, like, a lot can come up from the next chapter because it's taken a whole month to make, if you know what I mean. Anyways, that's all I have to say about Attack on Titan for now. Let me know what you guys think. Any of your predictions, please let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Those are in the description below and will be posted in my outro. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!